In this episode, we're talking about... We're chatting with my friend Devon Werkheiser.
Yeah, hi.
And we're going to just discuss about what he's been going through in life.
Nickelodeon, Paramount reached out. It's happening. Like, this thing I've been working towards for like years is happening. Really unexpected lows of loss and tragedy and grief. Helena gets shot and the movie's literally like over. In no world does anyone think there's a live bullet. I feel relief and release and joy and so much sorrow, dude.
If you want, angle your body just a little bit towards me. How do you feel? Cool. Yeah, nice. Perfect. Hell yeah. Okay, cool. That's awesome.
Well,
I think let's get in the interview.
Okay.
You feel good?
Feel great.
Awesome. Let's go. All right, Dev.
Hi, Kel.
How are you doing? Let me double check this.
I love you. I trust you. Let's talk.
Let's do it. So, who are you?
Oh.
And like,
Who am I?
who are you? How would people know you?
Yeah.
And how do you want to be known?
I'm Devon Werkheiser. I am an actor and a musician and an artist. And people know me mainly from Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, my childhood success story. Friends know me as a decent friend and human being.
One of the most amazing human beings.
Yeah.
Someone that is not afraid to actually feel.
Yes.
In a world that is so desensitized.
Yeah. And I want people to know me as the artist that I am, that like, I'm just trying to follow some calling on my spirit to create and collaborate and connect. I got a ton of passion for this life and the things that I choose to create and the people that I choose to have in my life. And I know there's so much in me, so much potential in me that, I don't know, in the next decade, I really want to start mining. I really want to see how good I can get at the things that I do. And fuck, man, I've like settled into this deep patience for acting. Like, I've been acting since I was 8 years old. I've had like big dreams for it. And at times it's gotten distance and at times come back. I've really settled into this deep patience of like, if it happens when I'm 45, I will still be doing it. Like, there's amazing actors and amazing roles out there when someone's 50. Like, there's these stories of like someone popping off at 50 with like truly magnificent performances, and it's like, all right, cool. So I'm just gonna stay close to the things that I love, and acting is one of them, music is one of them, my friends are one of those things. Cause yeah, dude, life is so fucking chaotic and it keeps showing up and super distracting and all these, I get pulled in all these directions, and I'm trying to simplify now. What do I love? And stay close to that.
Yeah. I love how last time we were talking in front of cameras was on your podcast.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was so much fun.
Yeah, the now defunct Growing Up with Devon podcast.
Yeah. That had an amazing run though, right?
Amazing run. I think all those conversations are like a nice listen and like stand on their own and are worth listening to. Like, I'm glad they're out.
Yeah, and then you redid Ned's.
Yeah, so the podcast journey the last few years has been a thing. I mean, for a minute there, we were doing Ned's and my podcast. So I was doing 2 podcasts a week for like a year and a half-ish, which is a lot.
I know. know. I think when we did mine, you were like, yeah, I have a couple others that same day. And I was like, how do you talk so much and just...
I got so burnt out, dude.
Yeah.
Podcasting is so, I don't know. Podcasting is so weird as an art form or as a medium, as a content form, because it's me talking. And so like I caught a good energy on the launches of the podcast and was like, oh, I can talk. I've got a million things to say and I'm open and I'm curious about people. So like got it. But honestly, by the time Podco shut down and growing up, we put on indefinite pause. Like I was so burnt out on just talking publicly, on sharing my thoughts publicly. Like I got over it, dude.
Did you feel it was redundant, or each conversation was actually the same though too?
I think each conversation was worth its own thing, but at a certain point, like I was just over turning my thoughts and stories and experience and curiosity into something to be consumed. And the only reason I was podcasting in the first place is like a means to an end. I want to act, man. I want to make music. Like I would prefer to be an artist and mysterious and off of social media, right? Like I would love to be able to do that, but social media is the way to get to what I want to do. Yeah. So it's a weird thing because then it became the main energy output. And I'm sharing like everything I have to offer. I don't think it was redundant. I just got tired of talking publicly, you know?
This all started with the podcast started essentially with Podco, but then before that you were really trying to remake Ned's. Yeah,
definitely. A Ned's reboot for adulthood just makes so much sense. It's not just me wanting to be on a TV show again, right? Like creatively, it makes so much sense. This audience grew up watching Ned's, helping Ned help them survive school. We're all struggling in our adulthood. It just became a no-brainer for me of like, dude, let's make this show for early adulthood, which is arguably the most confusing time in life.
Yeah, exactly.
How do I set up my adult life? How do I live? And so it really became a goal of mine to get the reboot made. So yes, the podcast was a means to an end for that. Me being on social media at all, TikTok, all of that was a means to an end for that. I don't know where I stand with it now, to be honest. I still think it would be a great idea. There are amazing stories of people persevering through challenges and adversity to get something made. We have hit so much resistance to it happening. I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep persevering towards it or just let it go.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to talk about when you actually were in the office and you were like, we're going to be doing this, and what did they say? And that's the type of resistance that you were talking about, even. Right?
Yeah. Life's weird, man. Like it worked. It was working. The Ned's podcast was being received really well. The audience was growing in desire for us doing an actual adulthood reboot, not just talking about adulthood on a podcast. Nickelodeon, Paramount reached out. We were in talks with them to develop something, maybe a movie, maybe a reboot. This happened with Zoe as well, Zoe 101, 102. So we were starting to develop the story. Life. And then Paramount got sold. And that merger, that selling, has still not gone through. It's held up in court. There's shit with Trump. There's a FCC issue. It's just this giant, messy corporate merger. And everyone we were talking to about the Ned's reboot got fired. And there's no official CEO right now. Like, it's just in limbo. And for a moment there, I really was like, it's happening. Like, this thing I've been working towards for like years is happening. And now that was part of the burnout, was like, the Ned's project fell apart. We got canceled on TikTok for a ridiculous whatever, blown out of proportion joke. Growing up with Devon,
was that joke?
No. my one podcast, Growing Up with Devon, like reached its end just financially. Like, we couldn't keep doing it. And then a couple months later, Podco shut down. And man, I don't know. I don't know, dude.
So me being your friend and watching you go through all of that.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're on this bike and you're just like really trying to go up this mountain, and then you just literally like keep on hitting these objects.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And then rust happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was like, I think, one of the biggest, like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. There's just been a lot of that in my adult life, and I've been like reflecting on it recently. I feel like as an artistic being and as a young man, I did and I do have a desire for truth in life. And I think when I was younger, I didn't fully understand what I was asking what I was asking for, what I was asking to get in contact with. And the truth of life is this dual thing that I keep experiencing, which is like these beautiful opportunities of creativity and connection, and these really unexpected lows of loss and tragedy and grief. And it's really bizarre how these dual experiences have happened simultaneously over the last 9 years, to be honest. I had a movie coming out in 2016, and at the premiere of it, found out my parents were getting divorced. Simultaneously, just like this big joy, boom, this big, massive low in life change. In 2019, I was opening for Seal. It's the biggest thing I had done musically.
Yeah.
The night of my first performance with Seal, my grandmother died. And it was an unexpected last-minute thing.
And your relationship with your grandma was like,
yeah, she's a beautiful, she was a beautiful, loving person my whole life. And it was really sudden and really last minute. So like super high, super low.
You're gonna be looking at me just like that. Right, very lethargic. You just got home from work. From fucking.
It is work fucking.
Yes.
I put in work. You know what I mean?
And then look at me. Nice. Oh, you're turning on the oven light. That's what.
Oh, that's my ass.
I was like, what's that noise?
There's oven light. Oh God.
There we go.
You're off. It's me turning on the oven with my ass. I'm cooking. I've been an actor since I was 8 years old. I booked Ned's when I was 12. I got off Ned's when I was 15. I thought my career after Ned's was a given. Mm-hmm. I thought all my dreams, I have a true love for acting. I don't just want people to know me. I love acting. I love filmmaking. I love the people who do it. I want to be great. I always saw that for myself. And I thought after Ned's, it's coming. And I kept that belief in my heart till now. It still exists. But those projects never came, that it always got close and then didn't, and got close and then didn't. And I really got lost somewhere in my late 20s, ran out of money, family fell apart, all these things. And then Russ came along. And it was my third movie with Joel.
It was after COVID too.
Yeah. Coming out of COVID, coming out of like the biggest life spiral I've ever had. I mean, all of us, a global mental spiral of like, what are we doing? Mm-hmm. What is my life? What is happening? And at that time during COVID, my career had never felt further away.
Right.
I was like, what happened? It always was close. It always was tangible. And now I'm like, I don't even know where I am in the industry. Mm. This thing that I've given my entire life to, this thing that I love so much. And I get the offer for Rust, and it's my third movie with Joel, and I get to play this really fucking cool character role, something nobody had cast me as. I'm one of the men on set for the first time in my life, to be honest. I'm not like the young boy on set or the young guy. I'm one of the ensemble men. It was literally like something I had been wanting for a long time, something I had been thinking like, oh, if I could just get on a cool indie where I'm a supporting role, not the lead, with actors who I fucking respect and love, like maybe I could start my adult career again in acting. Mm-hmm. This thing that's felt so far away. And Russ came along and was it. dude, I was so depressed before Rust, and I got to New Mexico and was like, wow, this thing I've been dreaming about my whole life, like, feels possible again. Something in me started to open up again. I was like, oh, the dream is still possible. Like, don't lose hope, Devon. All the dark mental shit, like, don't lose hope. Like, keep going forward. It wasn't a waste. You're not delusional.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful. Got to learn how to ride horses. Got to work with actors who I fucking love. Travis Fimmel,
Yeah.
Jensen Ackles, Alec Baldwin, like, got to work with some people. Francis Fisher, like, got to work with some people that I'm like, yo, these are people I look up to and I want to learn a lot from.
You're literally looking around and be like, I did, yeah, I'm
Yes.
here.
Yes,
Yeah.
it felt like the first step in the adulthood part of my career that I had been working towards for 15 years. And yeah, for the 3 weeks before the tragedy happened, it really was that. It really was like this opening. And yeah, and then this high-low thing we're talking about, boom, Helena gets shot, and the movie's literally like over. It's crazy how life goes.
You guys only had like, what, a week left of filming, was it?
We were a little over halfway through. So if we only had like a couple days left, even with the tragedy, it's like we would have just finished the film because there was only a little chunk left. There was half left to do, like a little under half left to do. So it was just this loss, this tragedy, confusion, losing the person, losing the film, and it all just kind of like fell apart in 2021. Yeah.
Oh God, because I remember you even said that you didn't even know what happened. You guys were in a waiting room.
Yeah, we were at base camp.
And the media literally had it before.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember seeing it on the media.
Yeah.
And I was just like, text you, and I was just like, Deb, what the fuck? And you were like, we just found out, and we've been waiting, and this has happened, like...
Yeah. Yeah, dude. It's weird to be a part of. It's weird that it happened. It's weird that it's my life. It's weird now 4 years later that we finished and it came out. Like, I'm glad we did. That day, I mean, will stay probably like just one of the worst days of my life, man. Like, you're on a movie, despite what fucking went around the media, despite that experience and narrative that everyone thinks is like a really simple thing. Movie sets are incredibly alive and connected and joyful and hopeful. And like I told you where I was at, like this was literally a stepping stone to me building my dreams. That was the same for Helena. We were in a similar place of she's like trying to get her start, and this film would have been that.
Yeah.
And we knew that, like we both.
You talked to her about it.
Yeah, we both felt that, like, yo, what's up, dude?
You're
like,
making something amazing.
We're doing something cool that we know we love. People get jaded on movie sets. I fucking love movie sets, especially a Western. And she was the same way. And we had Therese, the costume person, costume designer, was the same. We had this connection of like, guys, like we're getting to do what we love and something we've been working towards.
And especially coming after COVID too, where there was like little filming, and we were going through these strikes simultaneously, and all this type of
strikes
like, compounded. And you're like, I don't care, we're on a set, and we're on this Western set, it's so cool.
And we get to fucking do this. And we all love the script. Joel wrote an incredible script.
Yeah.
And he's an amazing director. Like, we were getting to do it, the thing that you work your whole life to do. So that's like the energy going into that day. And despite the troubles that are on every set, the tensions, the budget, all these things, despite all of that, in no world does anyone think there's a live bullet on a set.
Yeah.
Even Rachel Mason made a great documentary called Last Take that I gave interviews for. and tells a pretty good comprehensive story of all the moving parts of Rust. Even the documented kind of safety concerns that didn't get handled correctly, even them not getting handled correctly was under the assumption that we're dealing with like blanks and prop guns. In no world does anyone even consider a live round being anywhere near a set. And that's where the armor is responsible, unfortunately. Like, yeah.
I'm glad that you said that blatantly. I know that anybody who's going to be watching this is like, what is a live bullet doing on set? And literally, that's hands down.
We still don't know.
A, the age-old question.
Yeah.
And B, it's just like, well, that wasn't the issue to begin with, obviously. This
Yeah.
would have never happened. Out of all the different type of chaos that does happen on sets, that would have just never been.
That's what I mean.
Never been a thing.
If live rounds don't end up on the movie set, which is like the first rule of SAG union guns on set, like the first rule is no live rounds on the property, right? If that rule doesn't get broken, it doesn't matter the safety shit between the producers and all the shit that happened. No one dies that day. Everyone's fine. Everyone goes home.
Yeah.
And we'll never get like a good story or real reason for who, how, why,
think she
what.
Still doesn't even know.
That's what I mean.
Fair.
It's just disorganization and whatever, man. And it sucks, dude. It sucks.
It does suck. This is the most devastating, kind of like Final Destination thing of like, how did this even occur?
That.
And I remember you telling me, oh God, I love you so much, Dev. Because I just remember there were just no words. When I finally you came back, from New Mexico. And it was, I think, New Year's.
Yeah.
We had to spend time in New Year's.
Yeah.
And I was like, let's have a beer. Let's talk about this. And you couldn't even put words. And you just, cried.
Dude.
And you were like, there was just so many series of things. There were so many series of things that occurred for it to go wrong. And I'm like, I don't even know what that meant.
Yeah.
And to your point, that documentary did an amazing job of actually going into those series of things.
Yep.
And when I finally watched it, was just this month.
Yeah.
In May, of like, wow, you were right. There to talk about that in such a surface or one-dimensional way is just like uncanny. Like, there's no possible way of doing that.
Yeah, it's just a bigger, messy human thing. So much, like you said, Final Destination. Like, so much had to happen for it to play out how it did in that moment. On an insert shot of the gun, the camera crew left that day, so Helena's looking at the side monitor of the camera instead of being at Video Village, directing Alec where to put the gun. Like, that, and Joel standing behind her and gets shot. It's like,
Media Village not being,
dude, that's some crazy cosmic fucking shit, man. Yeah, I do remember hanging out that New Year's after. Dude, trauma and grief is crazy. Like, it's taken 4 years to get to this point where, like, we just released Rust and we finished it. And that week came with a whole lot of more processing of this. And that New Year's was only just the beginning. That was a few months after. When, like, this happening, it's like still unfolding for all of us who were actually there. And it's why it's hard for me to deal with anyone else having a fucking opinion about it.
Yeah.
It's changed the way I look at any piece of news too, because I just got to see the way life is a game of telephone, and it gets less accurate the further away you get from it. Now I know that on a visceral level from Rust, like people's opinions and even the news factual reporting of the events don't capture all that was occurring there. So yeah, now I'm just like, cool, if I'm not actually involved with a news story or know someone who is actually there, I now know we're probably losing some of like the reality of it.
Oh yeah, well that's the thing, is that they need headlines.
Yeah.
And so they're going to be like,
sense.
Let's just make up something that actually, like, let's steer it in a way that is, grabbing to the audience.
Yeah, well, and they were able to talk to, the only people talking to journalists right after were like a few disgruntled or peripheral people. Most people weren't talking to journalists right after Rust. I couldn't even talk to my family.
Yeah.
I couldn't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Something so unfathomable had just happened. Like, I'm not about to fucking answer a reporter's phone call. Like, are you kidding me? It's such a vulnerable time, so they have to run with the story based on the people who have told them anything. But like, most people are not talking to them. Yeah. So
Yeah, they're
it's a whole
filling the
fucking
blanks.
thing, dude.
And to your point, I think again that New Year's after you came back, that was the closest that I got to knowing exactly what happened from you.
Yeah.
I didn't even look at any of the headlines.
Yeah.
Because I think all of our friend group, I don't think did it, because it was like out of respect of like just knowing like they don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah, and like you can ask me.
Yeah, and we can ask
Yeah.
you, but it's still just like this way of like we can feel how, as a whole, everybody on set was still going through that trauma.
Yeah.
Until now the movie came out.
Yeah.
And finally, I'm just like so honored that you're even talking about it now, because I've just seen you just kind of hold it in.
Yeah, dude.
And so I want to know, is it this type of just thing that you've been carrying emotionally? Spiritually too, or?
Yeah, Rust coming out is this duality I'm talking about that like is true to life, but like not great for media and hard to fucking accept that this is the full spectrum of life. It was really joyful for it to come out, and it was really sorrowful for it to come out. That's what I felt the whole week, was just like, I feel relief and release and joy and so much sorrow, dude. I'm really glad we finished it. I think it's so much better that after this tragedy, say in 10 years, that there's a movie there, that Rust is there, and people can go watch it and see Helena's last work and see something beautiful. I felt a ton of relief when I saw the film for the first time, which was not when it came out. Just that it's like a worthy offering to cinema. That would have been the worst fucking outcome if the movie was ass. If after all this, it was just a bad movie, like that would have been just awful. That would have been a cosmic joke. But we finished it, and it was hard to finish it emotionally. For Joel to finish it, for Bianca Klein, who took the cinematography job, to honor Helena and finish it in her vision, that emotionally, all of us who were there, who came back to finish it, because it wasn't everyone, it was so painful to be back on that set, new set, but to be on the set to finish Rust and be back in those clothes. It took a lot to finish it, and people are so fucking jaded out there in the world. They're so goddamn cynical. Oh, you fucking finished it for money and blah, 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 blah. No one's making money on Rust,
I don't
dude.
think anybody's thinking about that.
And no one's gonna fucking make money on it. Like, all the proceeds are going to the family, and like, whatever. That's not what was happening. We finished it because it felt better than not, and it was of the wishes of her family to finish it. So like, all right. And it makes sense. Knowing Helena briefly as I did, like, when I think about her, I'm like, she would want us to finish it.
100%.
Like, she would, like, I know that. She would want this movie finished, man. So we finished the filming in 2023, and it finally came out a few weeks ago, and like, yeah, man, seeing the images on the big screen, again, part of this dream that I've had my whole life. I'm like really proud of my performance. I'm really proud of the film. Life confuses me the older I get, okay? Life confuses me. But one thing I know is I fucking love film. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I nerd out about it. And like, seeing this film, this ensemble that I'm a part of on the big screen, like, it's a big joy in my life. It's a big dream. I'm proud of my work. I play this gnarly fucking character, this Boone LaFontaine. I get to have an accent. I get to look different. Like, I get to be an actor. It's incredible. And I love everyone's performances, and it's shot so fucking beautifully. And at the same time, Helena's gone. And like, no movie is worth that. And also I'm like watching her beautiful work. Like, she's amazing. I know the shots that are hers and I know the shots that aren't. And like, I want her to be here. All of that is like stacked on the release, dude.
And after we're shaking me, and all I said that I believe.
Yeah, I just saw this. In any moment, on any given day, I can measure my wellness by this question. Is my attention on loving, or is my attention on who isn't loving me? I love that.
What is that like?
I love that. I hate how much the cliches of life like really are there for a reason, and they really do play out. Like, it's love or fear, man. It's abundance or scarcity.
The duality,
like,
yeah.
yep, in any given moment, there are justifiable reasons to live in either. You can find evidence for scarcity and lack and fear. It's very reasonable feelings. And yeah, I'm just finding more and more with how much like life has confused me. I just gotta keep leaning on loving and like being loving and creating. That's that joy and sorrow too of like Rust coming out. It's like, I'm just gonna be loving to the people who were a part of this film, who were actually there, and I'm gonna be loving to myself for being there and being a part of it. Like, fuck, it's all I can do. I don't know what else to do, man.
When you got to see the crew during the premiere,
Yeah.
when any group of people go through a very traumatic experience, they're no matter what synced up.
Yeah.
Right? And it's an unexplainable type of energy.
Yeah.
And I'm like almost visualizing you of like walking into this premiere and you're just looking at everybody and you're like, yep, no words.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
eye contact and like emotion.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like expand on that. Like,
yeah, the premiere of the documentary and the premiere of the movie. So the documentary was in March, and they had like an industry screening for it, as you do for things that come out. But there were only like 5 of us there who were actually a part of the film. And like the documentary screening was very that. Like literally just like seeing a few of the people who were there and being like, hi,
yeah.
Especially the documentary, because we're literally about to watch a film about Helena dying. Like, we're about to watch a film about that day, about that chaos. So
that some of you probably didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah.
Some of that footage.
Yes,
probably,
actually,
right?
True. Yeah.
Because I'm imagining you didn't see the police.
The cop. No, the body cams.
The body cams.
And some of the interviews some of the interviews that Rachel got, like, that was unique insight. So yeah, that's a lot. Like, yeah, those trauma bonds are real and deep and special to like. I'm glad they were fucking there. It's just like we all sat in a row together, and literally I didn't talk to anyone else. Anyone who wasn't a part of Russ, I didn't talk to at the documentary screening. Like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't know you. Like, I don't fucking know you. So yeah, it was that unspoken, like, and I could just hear Bianca like breathing next to me, during the film. Same, like, it's just like deep breaths, because yeah, you never want something like this to happen. And then it's so surreal watching a documentary about that day. Yeah. So surreal, dude.
Yeah. I'm thinking, I know that you said, you're like, I wish she was there, but honestly, when you were talking about 5 people, only 5 people out of that whole crew, that really had a deep, even connection, whether it be just fleeting or not, with Helena.
Yeah.
I'm imagining that you guys were there, literally a part of, I like to think, and her energy of watching it. And even Bianca, who was chosen and, you know, to be a part of that. Like,
yeah, dude.
Did you feel that too, of like how they still, everyone around there still had a connection with her, and in part were not just there for themselves and each other, but
there
her.
for her? Absolutely. Rachel too, who made it, was a close friend of Helena's, and Julie, who produced the documentary. Like, we all were touched by Helena's life in big and small ways, because she was taken in such a fucking horrendous and chaotic and sudden way. There's like a wound and an impact that now her life is like imprinted on us, especially with how her and I connected on a very similar like frequency passion of film and creativity and light. I think about her, dude. I carry her with me when I'm on sets. I think about her, and yeah, that mark is just like now a part of my life. There's a very brief shot in the documentary that like really fucked me up, because last summer I went to Malibu and I went and did a little solo shroom trip, okay? As I do, this is part of my life practice, as you know, is to use a mushroom trip to process my life. Like, it's really helped me to feel things that I need to feel, to open up to kind of the bigger picture of my life and all the things that have happened that in our fast-paced life where I'm always thinking ahead, maybe I'm just not like present to what's in there, right? And so grief for me is always a part of a mushroom trip, and then also like letting go and moving forward. And I had this trip in Malibu last summer that was like pretty intense, and I was by myself, and I really felt Helena's presence, man.
What did it feel like?
It just has happened at times since she died, like, where I don't know, I just feel this gentle awareness, and then she comes to mind, and I don't know, it's like I it's hard to describe, right? It's some mystical, mysterious thing, whatever. And so that came up on that day in Malibu, and I just kind of have my little whatever prayer to her, talk to her, communion with what happened, just trying to accept what has happened. And then in the documentary, there was this shot of her with her son walking right there.
Oh my God. I
Dude,
know exactly what you're talking about. Which one?
Yeah, like
Wow.
She's walking by this lifeguard tower in Malibu, and that is right where I was.
Oh God.
And I was like,
That's cool.
oh my God, dude, like,
Oh,
dude,
Holy
yeah,
shit.
that was one of those moments that just goes like, whoa, what is this life?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you if you did feel her during like the theater or whatever else, but honestly, that moment,
Yeah.
it kind of trumps all other ones.
Yeah, that was really when I did. And then there's this really beautiful shot in Rust. There's this one shot of these riders on horseback with the sunrise behind them, and dust is all kicked up, and their shadows are through the dust, and it's just this fucking gorgeous shot. And the Steadicam operator on Rust is a guy named Reed, who was on Ned's.
Oh, what?
He worked on Ned's for 3 years and was very close with my family and me. Reed is like family. And we hadn't seen each other in a few years, and we hadn't worked together since Ned's. And he was on Rust. And this was like, oh, what? We're both on this? Like, fuck, dude. And he was on Rust because he was friends with Helena, and he had always wanted to work with her.
Oh my God.
And the first day of filming, I had shown up to Russ with like long hair.
Yeah, I
and,
remember.
And I showed up to set to get a haircut the first day of filming, and I was on the second day. So I showed up, and I had met Helena the day before at horse training with Reed. And I get there at lunch, and I'm like, "Yo, what's up? First day, how's it going?" And they're like, "Dude, we got here this morning, and the sunrise was so incredible that before crew call, we were here, and the light was so good, and the sunrise was so beautiful. We like made everyone fucking set up so we could get, and it was that shot."
Oh my God.
And they got that shot out of the pure fucking passion of being there, dude. They got it out of like the joy of being on a Western, and like we need big beautiful vistas and men on horseback. And literally before crew call, like Helena's passion and Reed's passion for it, they were like look at this right now. Get the camera, move the trucks. And they're like, move the trucks? We're not even at crew call. They're like, move the fucking trucks and get the dust. And can you ride the horses? Like, and they got this gorgeous shot, man. And I remember that day, and I remember that moment, and I remember how fucking excited they were. Seeing that shot in the film was like...
That's what it was about.
That's what it was about. And again, the joy and sorrow. Like, I felt such joy seeing it and such sorrow seeing it. Like... what the fuck, man? What happened? Why did this fucking happen? Why? Like, yeah, what the fuck, man? Yeah, growing up's hard, man. Life's hard.
I'm like losing my shit because to me, and I know you got this because we talked about this, but like, that's what it was about of like, if anything can learn from Helena is like, don't forget the passion about being on a fucking set and like creating. Like, you guys were there. I feel like the five that you're talking about, or whoever else, those were the people that literally had the same kind of kindred spirit as her of like, we're here because we have passion for it and we want to. Like, how lucky are we? Dude. How we get to be in creating something fucking cool.
Dude,
like,
I felt it and her really big on the, when we were finishing in Montana. It was one of my last nights there. We're filming this really beautiful, emotional scene with Josh Hopkins. Josh, I fucking love you, brother. This beautiful scene, this fireside scene. We're out in Montana, night shoot. There's this massive softbox lighting it over, and we're out in the middle of nowhere, mountains, stars, fucking wind, it's freezing. This big softbox over the crew, all solving the problems to get the shot made. Like, filmmaking is such a collaborative, beautiful process. And I was sitting there just like watching all this play out, and I'm fucking cold as shit. And it's like midnight, it's fucking windy, and I was just like, oh, this is the fucking best, dude. This is the best life, dude. This is the circus that I choose. Like, this is all that I want to be a part of. Like, I fucking love this shit. And Helena loved this shit. And the people here solving these problems to light things beautifully. And Josh is in his zone for the emotion. Like, I'm just like, and I had this moment of like, whew, despite everything that happens, oh man, what a blessing that I've gotten to act since I'm 8 years old, and that I still am here doing this. I'm so glad. Like, I'm gonna keep doing it. Like, whatever. Whatever, man. Whatever's happened, whatever's going on in the industry and the bullshit and social media, I don't care, because these moments, this is why I do it, and I love everyone here doing this. And truly, that was Helena's spirit, man. That's what I hate about the narratives of the problems on the set and the fucking this and that. Like, Helena was going home. I know for a fact, because I talked to her and because Reed is my friend. They would leave every day after 12, 14 hours on set, stoked about what they shot, excited about solving the problems for the next day, literally just like Reed and her, he said, like, they'd go back every night, have dinner, and just be like, all right, what are the shots we're fucking getting? And like, man, in this life that gets so fucking jaded and cynical and commercial and commodified and plastic, people like Helena, people like you, people like fucking Mayada, people who keep just this joy for like life and creation and empathy for humanity, like that's it, dude.
Yeah.
That's it. We're part of some kindred spirit, tribe, whatever, community. We're part of a community of artists who want to carry this light forward, man, and it's hard. Life wants us not to, or whatever. Society wants us to conform and be fucking plastic and commodify ourselves, and I don't know, man.
I keep on thinking about how it would be such an honor to like be a director and work with you, because it's like you sometimes have to sell your project to somebody, or you have to like, I'll go on set and be like, hey, yeah, like let's get excited about this kind of thing, and like you're just like, no, I'm synced up, I'm linked up with you, like I get it. Yeah. And now it's like people are getting hired because they're just influencers, or there's politics involved, and they're just, it's like I would never want any type of thing that I'm creating not to have somebody so excited like that. And I'm hoping that that's like the main message too, is just like, don't forget that there are people that literally actually genuinely want to create.
Absolutely.
And that makes the best type of art.
Absolutely.
You know?
And makes the process, the difficult process of making, I mean, it'll destroy you to make something. It'll make
how
that
exhilarating.
Yes. It makes that difficult process fucking beautiful when you're like with people who are in it and get it. You're like, yeah, fuck yeah, man, let's get this shit. So yeah, that honestly is what I'm calling in now at this stage in my life, and something I've been blessed to have a little bit, even with Joel and Bianca, and I just did this short film in New York, and working with people who are those kindred spirits of like, and that's how a lot of the most beautiful cinema has been made. Yeah. Is people have found their people and continued to work with them and just make what they want to make. Like what Seth Rogen has done for years. He works with like the same people and they just make things they're passionate about. Clint Eastwood, Martin Scorsese, like they find their people and they do it. And like, I guess that's what I'm like kind of starting to pivot towards, is not feeling the need to be like pick me by some abstract people out there, but like I gotta keep this spark alive in me and find the people with that similar vibration and like
keep
do that.
Speaking on it, keep feeling that, and literally like that's the next thing that's gonna happen.
Dude, that is a beautiful thing that's come through the weird podcast burnout that I hit last year. Yeah. Is, dude, I went back to acting class. Oh. Yeah. I went back to the thing that started my love of acting, which is just class and a great teacher and doing it for no one. Doing it for the 15 people in class. And I'm not even doing it for them. Doing it for no one. I'm doing it for the work. I'm doing it because like, oh, this monologue interests me and let me go at it. And I'm doing it because I watch actors and I'm inspired by what they do and I'm like, how do they get there? Let me try. The process. Fall in love with the process again, man.
And it's for you to be lit up and to feel like you're alive, right? Like the burnout literally reminds you like, okay, I've done with that project. We did all we can. Thank you so much. I learned what I needed to. Let me feel alive again, you know?
Fuck, dude. Yeah. Yeah. How? Like, that is it. Like, oh, let me remember that, like, I gotta stay connected to the thing that makes me feel alive in art and creativity. Because that's the fucking point. Yeah, there's other stuff, too. There's, like, money and fame is sexy, sure. Like, want it, love it. But,
that all comes later.
Exactly. But, like, that's actually not the sweetest fruit of it. No. It's the process. Like, there's a part of it that if you're connected to it in the right way is, like, super invigorating. And so that has been a really weird return after all the weird burnout and distraction and tragedy, has been just returning to the roots of like, man, I still fucking love acting and I'm an actor and I've been doing this 20 plus years and I still love the work.
Downward dog. Yeah, that's good yoga. It's good yoga.
My body, my mind, my heart, my room, my bed, my ready to fall. Feeling that I'm in love. Wanting to feel I have it. What if I had it already?
Awesome.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm thinking about how you were saying about just that you choose the love, no matter
Working
what,
on
when
it.
it comes to the duality.
Yeah.
Moving forward,
Yeah.
like, where are you going to be, I guess, intuitively following in that kind of love aspect of your next projects, or not even projects, but where are you going to be at kind of emotionally and spiritually and into the next new, like, Devon?
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of daily, moment to moment, and then hopefully build that into a weekly and yearly, like build it into a bigger thing. But like, I have to steer away from bitterness and cynicism and self-pity and shame and guilt and why didn't I do that and why didn't I do this and why did this happen? Like, I have to steer away from those places moment to moment, honestly, and just keep that spark there. Like, keep choosing love, keep choosing gratitude, beautiful people around me. Like, so I am supported, not forget that I'm supported. I'll tell you, this dual thing has played out again in Rust just came out, and I was just in the middle of kind of accepting the joy and sorrow. Just a saw. That's a directional. But I was like just accepting kind of that joy and sorrow from this 4-year process with Rust. And then I'm currently, like, my heart's open. I'm in love with, like, a beautiful person. Mm-hmm. And a really important supportive figure in my life recently passed away very suddenly from cancer. And like, that duality has played out again, where I'm like choosing love and opening to love again in a way that feels really nourishing. And then suddenly, and out of nowhere, this person who like meant a whole lot to me and helped shape a lot of my character and my values passed away like so suddenly. And his death basically made me want to spiral back into all my self-pity and all this shit. But his death is also reminding me, like, keep your values, Devon, and like keep your character and keep choosing love and like opening to life.
Yeah. Life is too short.
Yeah. And like, people are gonna die.
Yeah.
Suddenly. Not.
That's what it's also kind of, that pattern has been kind of showing you.
Yeah. And that's it. Like, is like, I can settle into the reasonable, like, it's reasonable to self-pity and grief and guilt and shame. Like, there's evidence for it. I can build logical reasons for it in my mind. Or, nah, I gotta like carry this light forward in life. And I'm gonna keep doing that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On behalf of just even a friend that needs your light, please do. You know? Like,
yeah.
Like, Dev, I don't know.
Yeah.
You've been a light in my life for so just...
Dude, same, man.
Yeah.
Same. It's why I want just buckets of money. Dude, I just have dreams. I mean, we can do it on our limited funds. We still have a great time, but like, yeah, I just want buckets of money so I can spoil you.
I mean, same. Same, literally.
Yeah, dude.
So we're manifesting that.
We're manifesting it for each other.
Okay, so we were talking about how you're in love.
Yeah.
That's also another thing that, again, I've just seen you through of like, man, for someone who is so, I think, the best human being in my life. Human being. Love everybody else. But like, now you're finally finding somebody that's like, matches you.
Yeah.
It's like the coolest thing to like see, and like,
So great, dude.
And again, you
I'm
have
really
that
happy.
type of like another person that's support and light and, you know.
Yeah, but that came with like work and growing up and choosing myself for fucking 7 years basically. I chose singlehood and situationships, unfortunately. Sorry. But I was the kindest fuckboy I could be. But
Situationships where like you learn you're a type of person that's like, okay, I collected that type of information.
yeah, it was
Thank
like
you so much.
it was like necessary. I had to like learn what my boundaries were and what it was to choose myself, because my default was not. My default was to choose others.
Yep.
So yeah, it's not like I just like don't want there to be a fucking message out there that like, oh, it's just like the right person and everything works. Like, yes, and she happened to have done a lot of work on her own, and I happen to have done a lot of work on my own, and we happened to meet at like this time where we were both able to kind of like say, hey, maybe is it us? And like the more we've done that, the better it's gotten. And yeah, now I feel like really blessed. And I don't know, it's still too early to know like where it's gonna go. But, you know, like, I have not had this in a long time.
No, in a long time, and I have witnessed you do a lot of work, a lot
Yeah.
of deep thinking, a lot of like growing and healing, and it's been beautiful to see. And I'm excited to see where it's going to lead to.
Feels great, dude.
How married are you to the pink outfit?
I'm not.
Okay, cool.
I'm not
We'll go right
married.
into the blue.
Yeah, I'm not married to anything. Or anything.
Oh my God! Speaking of,
What's up?
is that? No, that's too soon.
It is too soon?
I literally just something flashed
Yeah, you little
in
woman.
my eyes of like, wait.
No, it is too soon, but, like, I won't start. I can't even realistically consider that, like, because it's too soon, so,
Yeah.
like, we'll see, but if we keep.
But holy shit! Oh
If-
my God! I'm kind of like in chills thinking
if
about
we
it.
keep going down this path we've been walking, like, yeah.
This is all on camera, by the way. You're one of the most deep people that I know that is not afraid to feel that spectrum of
Yeah.
emotion, and still just like, and I'm choosing to swing on this one side,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah.
how, like, that's to me is so courageous, so strong.
Yeah.
How do you even do that?
I think that's most of us in the world. Like, I don't even think we realize it. It's hard to be connected to it. We feel life is coming at us so fast. We feel so much all the time. And then we got to keep going and making money, and we got to keep our life moving forward. And we have that vacation planned, even though that person just died. So we got to go have fun there. So like all these emotions get in there that we don't even have the time to know that we're fucking feeling. So that's why I do mushroom trips every now and then,
Yeah.
because it connects me to, oh shit, I still have grief about this thing, like, that I need to feel. I still have a fucking deep cry in there. And then it's amazing how once I connect to those feelings and actually let them be felt, my life gets a little more like ordered going forward. I have more energy for things. So I honestly think it's most of us. I think most of us, and by no fault of our own, like, most of us have emotions in there that, like, we just don't have the tools or presence or time to feel. And it's like distorting our fucking life.
Oh yeah, and the reason why I love to even hear you talk about that is because what I've always said this to you is like, I feel you're the most eloquent in talking about your emotions, and especially what's been happening in this world. You are very good at getting down to those pits of like despair and then actually coming out and talking about it. And I just find that's amazing. That's literally your superpower.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with that. It does feel like it does feel like a skill or a strength or a like part of like what I have to offer life. Where I struggle with it is like it's not rewarded. You know what I mean? Like,
Is that why you thought you went immediately to saying like, I don't know what to do with that? You literally just do.
yeah, like,
Because no matter what, the ripples are getting like.
Yeah.
There are people that I know that don't even know how to talk about what sadness or grief
yeah,
feels like.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's a thing, a tightness, and you're here you are, just
Yeah.
like all this, and it's like, I know you helped me through a lot of my
Yeah.
own like type of like grief of like, oh, that's that's what it is.
Yeah, dude.
And that type of unlocking is so necessary in this world today.
Yeah.
So I know that doesn't come with the reward that you're maybe expecting.
Yeah.
But just know
Cool.
you are unlocking a lot of other people that's
Cool.
surrounding you, that's listening to you.
And dude, truthfully, I also do think suffering is unfortunately inherent. Suffering is a part of this existence, and life is confusing and chaotic and full of suffering, and I really do intend and try to create less of it. I really do try, and like, if even in small ways, even 51 to 49%, if like my life can tilt towards leaving less suffering, cool. I want that. So I am glad when we can connect and like get deep on some things that have been fucking in there with you or me, and like just talk about them, be able to name them, and then they're able to like release a little bit more. We're able to like integrate, and that's come from years. Honestly, it's come from something about like who I am like as a fucking creative soul, but also like pursuing acting and studying acting as long as I have is a looking inward to all of humanity process.
Consistently.
Yeah. And looking in a way where we can talk about it. Yeah, it's like something I've like studied my whole life.
I don't think I've ever said this to you, but I've always looked at any one of my friends that are choosing the specific role that they're choosing as an actor. I believe that you've already pre-written it.
Yeah.
So for your life to come at such a young age of being Ned's,
Yeah.
and then now it's like you're my Ned.
Yeah.
Like as a grown up, I'm like, God, man, Dev, like, damn, you're unlocking some stuff. I think that you have already chosen that path to be that for a lot of people.
Yeah. Man, life's so weird though, right? Because I really felt connected to that. Like, what a cosmic thing that I booked this role who's like just a relatable, kind, good-hearted kid who just wants to help everyone, including his bully. He wants to help everybody. At his base is like, even the bully comes to him and he's like, all right, we'll figure it out, dog. Like,
the power of disarming.
Yeah,
and
like,
loving.
and that I booked that role, and that really does align to my spirit. So like in my 20s, I really embraced that and felt really like, all right, yeah, then I just like do my best, put my best foot forward, and hope that creates kind of that Ned ripple in real life. Life threw me for a fucking loop since COVID and a little bit before, in really like shaking my connection to that like openness to like give to the world. Like, I don't know, man, I got bitter, I got jaded, like I got like, I don't know that I wanna. Social media is crazy. The world coming at me unfairly and mischaracterizing my energy, I'm like, fuck you then. Like, you have no idea who I actually am in this life. Like, you have no idea, and now I don't want to fucking give it to you. Like, and I don't want to play these games. I like know what my energy is. I know what it is in person. I know who I am to people. Like, I don't even want to fucking do that. So it's all kind of gotten jumbled. So it's nice hearing you remind me of just kind of that pure cosmic things, that like Ned is still part of me, and that it's like an honor to like have people like kind of look at me in that role, like.
And I've never seen Ned's.
I know,
and so that's
I'm
like,
so funny.
I know, you're one of my best friends, and I've never seen Ned's. And then I'm like, well, I live it with him.
Yeah.
Like, he literally helps me all the time, and I'm so blessed because you know that. I mean, even with all of our friends, we've been through so much too, and everybody. And then here you are, just speaking out and courageously speaking out. I'm like, God damn, man, what a hero! Like, like what an amazing man. Okay, so
yeah.
What I've realized, at least, is that, you know, I love astrology.
Yeah.
And that you're a Pisces, and I love Pisces people.
Yeah.
I'm realizing that Pisces people need to feel everything because they are also the most wisest of it. So you're talking through this duality thing, and you're like, God, I've been feeling this jadedness and all that stuff. But it's like, you need all that because you're going to find that wisdom to express it to us.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I still feel like in this type of timeline of duality that you're learning, there's still maybe a little bit more kinks.
Yeah.
And I would love to know, what do you have already kind of like starting to come out of that tunnel of duality and feeling all that? What's the lesson, the main lesson?
I mean, yeah, you're right. It's like a Piscean thing. I told you, I've been marveling at, like, I sort of want it. I'm like marveling at, I'm remembering myself, like, in my early 20s, like, I wanted to know all this about life.
Yeah.
I wanted to know the full spectrum of life because I really do love this life and I love people. And in order to love life and people fully, you really got to know. You got to know all of it.
All of it. Experience everything of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm accepting that, like, this duality is going to keep playing itself out. Life is going to keep, meaning, you know, I'm in my 30s now, like, people are going to die. People are going to die and not on the timeline that I want. And things are going to fucking happen. And now that I know how that can spiral me and get me off track, I don't know. I think I'm better equipped to keep steering towards love even when those things are happening. I think I'm more equipped to connect with other people when they're going through it. And I think I'm more equipped to create, like, as newer roles come now that I'm an adult, I have experienced so much more of humanity that I would love to bring this depth to filmmaking. I would love to bring this depth to theater, to performance, like, to bleed what I know life to be on stage. I was talking recently with a friend about grief, and she was saying grief's really hard. She's like, sometimes it's really good to consume media that makes you feel. So even if you don't fully have the tools to tap into your grief, something can trigger it in a film or a TV show, and that release is still that release. Like, you can, like, it can help you let go of these things. It can help you let some of this out. It can connect you to a feeling you didn't even know was in there. So yeah, now with this, like, I don't know, depth of tragedy and life I've experienced, like, if I can bring that to this art form that I love so much and give people the chance to connect to their feelings through me, beautiful. Like, beautiful, dude. I'm in. I want. Let's go.
I want you to remember that feeling of exactly what you're saying, because I feel like in the future I literally can see you just, like, directing and creating those special movies and acting in them.
Yeah, movies and, I don't know, art. It's all I know. It's the only thing that makes sense to me. The world and society doesn't make sense, and everyone has an opinion now and thinks they know what's right and wrong and this and that, and I don't even know anymore. None of that just makes sense to me. What makes sense to me is the people I love and, like, creating. So yeah, let me try and create and bring feeling to myself and, like, the world.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, to wrap this up.
What you got? What you got, dog?
Well, I want to know any other, like, cool actual, like, projects you got going on.
Yeah.
Music or anything else, and then also just, like, where to find you, what kind of platform and stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot more music coming for me. I've been kind of paused on it because in order to release music these days, you got to, like, create a lot of content, and I've just kind of been on a content pause.
Yeah.
But now that the podcast is back, I'm, like, a little back into content mind, and so there's a lot of music that's gonna be coming. Good Valley, my indie electronic project. I have a live EP and then a bunch of new songs. Yeah, we recorded. I haven't even shown you yet.
No.
Yeah, no. We have a live EP. We recorded this EP live in a studio, like, all together, played it and filmed it, and it looks amazing and it sounds amazing. So with that and a bunch of new songs, so that's coming. Some new music, kind of figuring out kind of this next wave of music and my music identity, artistic identity. Movie-wise, I mean, Rust is out, and I think people should watch it. I think it's a really, really beautiful Western.
Where can they watch it?
It's on video on demand now, so, like, you can just buy or rent on, you know, Amazon or Apple or whatever, and eventually I'm sure it'll hit a streaming platform. Yeah. But it's worth a watch. It's a beautiful Western, I think a great ensemble performance.
No, must watch.
Must watch.
Watch it.
Um,
Please.
did a short film recently that will get into some festivals next year, so that's really cool. The Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide out every Wednesday, man. We're chatting, talking about life, and I'm so grateful for those guys too. Like, we so far have not gotten our adulthood reboot, but Daniel and Lindsay are like real people and real friends, and our conversations are kind of a version of an adulthood reboot. Like, for the fans who love the show and are growing up confused, I mean, despite the bullshit interpretation that's been clipped on TikTok, like, I find our conversations are really honest and deep. We make a lot of jokes, and we're silly, and we're vulgar and all these things, but we have a love for each other, and we all kind of think deeply about life, so we connect on all these topics that I think a lot of people can relate to, and I'm like really grateful for that. I think we put out good conversations, and I don't know, we'll see what the future holds. Despite what has happened with Rust, it coming out and my performance in it, still now with a lot more pain, but still feels a bit like what I thought it was when I was on set those first days, which was like the beginning of me being an adult in this entertainment industry. And I feel like I actually have like finally made it to the beginning of that time for me.
Yeah.
And so now we'll see what this next phase holds, you know?
I see the twinkle in your eye.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. And when you put it like that too, absolutely. I love you.
Hey, I love you, dude. Love you, dude. Thanks for always being a beautiful friend and creative collaborator, dude.
Thank you.
Love you.
Love you.
I can't wait to see these photos.
Yeah. I know you look sexy in your suit.
You've taken sexy photos of me through my adulthood now, and it's nice.
That's true.
We've
Through
done
every
a,
different
We've done a
haircut,
lot
I
through
feel like.
every hair and beard length. We've done it all.
And this isn't what you believe, that I fell in love just to say that